everyone, I'm here today to do a tag video. I was contacted by Michaela Renee over on Instagram to let me know that she was inspired by my previous Would You Rather tag to make her own tag, which is called This or That Colouring Tag. So similar sort of concept to the Would You Rather tag that I created. Obviously different questions, 1 to 23. So I'm just going to colour this beautiful page from the Mystic Art Mirrors Ocean Dreams book where I answer the questions. So it should be fun. I'm going to do a green skin. So just in case you want to colour along with the green skin, I'm using a mix of Arteza and Prismacolor pencils. The first colour I'm going to lay down is the Arteza Lime Green A101. I'm just going to do a light layer of this. So whilst I'm doing that, I will just try and answer the questions at the same time. So let's get going into this. So question number 1 is alcohol markers or water-based markers? So for me, hands down, it's got to be alcohol markers. I don't think I've tried many water-based markers, but the alcohol markers are fine for me. I love using them. You know, they don't streak. They go down really nicely. So yeah, that's a no-brainer of a question for me. Really easy to answer that one. I only used the alcohol markers as a base on a Mariella Budek page that I posted up on my YouTube yesterday. So really easy to work with alcohol markers. Number 2 is Jade Summer Greyscale or Jade Summer Line Art. Now, to be honest, I don't actually own any Jade Summer books. But if I was I have seen them, and I have seen a lot of people colouring them on Instagram and YouTube. So if I had to pick, it would definitely be the grayscale ones. I have seen a few books where I think, oh, they look quite nice. But, you know, yeah, not really my cup of tea, those books. But I would go for the grayscale over the line art versions, I think. For that one, I do like a good grayscale. I think sometimes it's really nice to already have that shading in. Then you don't have to worry about where you're placing your shadows. You're just going over what's already been done for you, which takes some of the hassle out of it. Really. So I'm gonna do the neck and the skin as well, and these little the gills, because she's a little fish lady, isn't she? So the third question is Prismacolor pencils or Polychromos pencils? No. Oh, I can't make my mind up about this because I got a few single stock Prismacolor pencils because previous I'd been using Artezas, Black Widows, yeah, mainly Artezas and Black Widows. So I got a few single stock Prismacolors and I couldn't get on with them at all. Going from a hard leaded pencil to a really soft pencil, I could not get on with them. And that was some months back now. But lately, I've really been enjoying them. I think I'm getting used to how to colour with them. So I have really quite been enjoying them these past few weeks, but I did get some Polychromos pencils as well, and I love those as well. And obviously if you're doing hair, keeps a sharper point on the end, you can get nicer hair strokes with the Polychromos. So I think it's a really tricky one, but I am just going to edge closer to saying Polychromos just for the fact that, yeah, I'm almost there with the Prismas, but yeah, Polychromos we'll go for. It's a tricky one because they are, well, they sort of are totally different pencils in themselves. I find I gravitate towards different pencils for different sort of pages, or what I want to colour determines the pencil type. So number 4 is Hanna Karlzon or Maria Trolle. So that's definitely gonna have to be Hanna Karlzon. I do love Maria Trolle's work as well, but it's got to be Hanna Karlzon. It's got to be. That was one of the first colouring books that I bought, the Soulmates, and yeah, definitely. So the next one is colour by number or non-colour by number. Well, definitely non-colour by number, but you know, I only own one colour by number book, and I get that out if I'm too tired to do this sort of colouring and I'm just laying in bed with my marker pens. That's when I get that one out. But yeah, I only own the one colour by number book, and I don't think I'll be expanding. I think I'm only going to ever have one at a time, at any one time, of those books. So yeah, this is the underlay of this, that's why I'm not being too careful about how it's going down, because I will be going over the top with 2 other pencils. So this is just a base that's going to glow through, and it doesn't matter too much about that. So the next question is mandalas or patterns. So definitely mandalas for this one, and I have been enjoying the mandala book by caliart. Don't know if you're familiar with that one, but I've done quite a few pages in it. It's this one, the mandala colour by number. Let me pan you out a little bit. It's a really nice one, this. It's on, because it's on thick paper, it's ring bound, which is perfect for me being left-handed, and I just really love the ones in here. I mean, I'll show you a few ones that I've done in here. You can make them as simple or as detailed as you want, and that's what's fun about these. I particularly liked this book because it incorporated flowers into it, which I love. So yeah, definitely. Patterned pages really bore me, really bore me. There's no way I could colour a patterned page, but these ones, because you can experiment with the backgrounds as well. The backgrounds are normally just plain white, just blanked out. This one was another favourite that I did. So yeah, did this one more recently. So you can see that I'd much rather colour mandalas than patterns. Got another leaf in here that I did. That one there. So they are quite different in this book, I've found. That was another one. I put stickles on that for a bit of dimension. This one. Yeah, so if you're looking for a good mandala book, my answer is Mandalas, and that's a really awesome book. Just bring you back in. So I'm gonna go in with my second colour. I'm full of glitter now off that book. I'm gonna go in with my second colour now, which is going to be the Prisma colour PC913 Spring Green. I'm just gonna bring a bit of depth into this. So the next question is double-sided or single-sided books. Double-sided or single-sided book? Ah, yeah, I see. You know what? It doesn't tend to really bother me. I don't seem to have a preference. I mean, obviously, if you use a lot of alcohol markers, you like doing that, then you probably prefer pages to be single-sided, but that really doesn't bother me. I don't use marker pens too much, But yeah, I do not know. I would have to go for, we'll go for double-sided, because single-sided, you know, it doesn't really aggravate me. I'm not really a big marker pen user, so I wouldn't really, yeah. So the next one is single page spreads or double page spreads. I like doing both, but there's a time for it. So for me to do a double page spread, I need to have time, which I don't have a lot of lately. So I'm going to have to go for single page spreads at the minute. But normally it depends on my mood, it depends how much patience I've got, because obviously a double page takes a lot more time. So yeah, I'm gonna go for single page spreads. Next one is Ohuhu markers or caliart alcohol markers. Well, this is a quite a tricky one, because I do have the Ohuhu markers and I'm not a fan. I don't like them, but I've never tried the caliart markers. So I can't really answer that, because I've no clue what the caliart markers are like, but I hate my Ohuhu markers. I really despise them. So I can't answer that one. So number 10 is colour by number white backgrounds or colour by number black backgrounds. Right, so the one that I have is white backgrounds, I think. And it's the only one I have. I don't have one with black backgrounds. I wouldn't say I'd have a preference, unless you mean the back of the page so you can't see the bleed through of the pens. Is that what that means? If that means that, then I'd probably go for that one, because I'd prefer not to see the bleed through at the back. I know it just hides it so it looks more aesthetically pleasing. If that's what that means, I will go for the black backgrounds. So the next question is white posca pen or white Jelly Rolls gel pen. Right, at the minute I've just got an how to use a gel pen, which I know isn't a Jelly Roll, but it counts as a gel pen, and they're really good. I really am enjoying them. So I would have to go for that. My Posca pens are a bit hit and miss. I've just got a new one which seems to be working really well at the moment. It's the 0.7, the fine one, and yeah, it seems to be okay at the minute, but they can be temperamental, so I will have to go for my Arteza white gel pen for that one. So the next question is morning colouring or night colouring. All my colouring is done in the evenings, but if I had the choice, it would be in the mornings. So the only reason I have to do it in the evenings at the minute is because I can't colour during the day when I'm looking after the children, and especially at the minute when I'm doing homeschooling. So anything that I want to do, filming, colouring, has got to be done in the evenings. So I'd prefer it to be mornings, but yeah, it's always in the evenings, unfortunately. You get some tired ramblings from me on some of my videos, because it's like midnight when I'm filming. So the next one is Jade Summer Chibi Girls or April Amber Chibi Girls. I've not heard of April Amber, and like I said, I don't own any Jade Summer Chibi Girls books. So on that one, I'm just going to say Jade Summer, just because she's the one I've heard of. I haven't heard of the other person, so we'll go for Jade Summer on that one. So the next question is Alan Roberts or Emelie Lidehall. It's got to be Emelie for me. I'm wounded that I couldn't get her first release book out of print by the time I'd known about it. Yeah, not been able to get hold of that one, but I do have her fairy tales book, which I just love. I've done a few pages out of that one now and I really love it. So it's definitely got to be her. I think I'm due to colour another page out of that book, actually. I'd say not coloured in it in quite some time. I'm just going to put the bridge of the nose in there. So the next one is having double images in books or having one copy of each photo in books. Having double images in books. Oh, do you mean like the caliart wild, how you get two of each in there? I think I prefer one of each, if I'm honest. I do really love my caliart wild books, but I don't colour the second image in them, so it's just sort of a waste. I only ever colour the one image. I don't like repeating myself by colouring the same page again. So definitely just stick to one in books. The next one is Johanna Basford or Kirby Roseanne's. For me it's definitely Kirby. I think both artists' work can be really detailed at times, but I find Kirby's work to be less detailed almost because his images are larger, whereas Johanna Basford's work is intricate things like smaller leaves and flowers, which do take up a lot of time. Yeah, but although I do love Johanna's work, but I'm just not one for colouring it. I'm just not one for sitting there colouring it that often. So yeah, we'll go for Kirby on that one. Just get a highlight in the neck somewhere here. Just going to sharpen this pencil really quick a little minute. So the next one is pastel backgrounds or acrylic paint backgrounds. Definitely pastel backgrounds for me. I think they're easier, a lot easier, they're a lot more subtle, they're pretty. I've just done a page using pastels actually. I'll just show you in the ink house. I've just completed a page in here using a pastel background. It was this one. So as you can see, I used pan pastels to cover the whole area in like a really nice creamy yellow, and then I've used a template to erase, so it's lots of small circular little circles, and it's really effective. It looks really pretty, really subtle, really soft, and yeah, I find you can't mess up as much with pastels compared to acrylic paint. I think sometimes you can mess up with acrylic paint, or if you're using, like if you wanted to black out a background, you're having to go really carefully with the black acrylic paint around all the little image illustrations, and sometimes you can just mess it up really easily, whereas pastels are really, you know, you can't really go wrong with pastels, and they're easy to erase as well if you do go wrong. So yeah, it's definitely got to be pastels. So I'm just gonna go in on the ears, saying ears like little gills. So we'll go darker here. I will buff all this out with a blender pencil at the end as well. So the next question is Hanna Lynn or Jasmine Beckett Griffith. Now that's a really hard one because they're two, not my favourites, but the two that I really like. I love my Jasmine Beckett Griffith Mermaids book, and I really do love Hanna Lynn's illustrations. I recently got the artist edition of Hanna Lynn's book, and it's amazing quality, the artist edition one, and I'd really been enjoying it. But I'm gonna have to go with Jasmine Beckett Griffith. I'm gonna have to. I can't not. That book was one of my very first as well. I'd say one of my first 5 colouring books, the Jasmine Beckett Griffith Mermaids. And yeah, gotta go for that one. I've done quite a lot of pages in that book as well, actually. Quite a lot. Whereas Hanna Lynn, I've only done 2 pages so far in the artist edition that I got. Before I got the artist edition, I just wasn't into the Amazon printed paper that they come on when you get the original ones, so I refrained from doing quite a lot of her pages. Let me sharpen this again. So the next one is ordering from Amazon or Etsy. Well, it's definitely got to be Amazon because that's the one I use the most. That's the one I get most things from. But I do love Etsy as well. You know, you've got all your artists on Etsy. So if you're looking for anything like Mystic Art mirrors, like this one that I've got, you know, they're all on there, which is brilliant. You can get your Serene off there, the beautiful Momo Girl books off Etsy, all the really beautiful ones. But for every day, it's got to be Amazon because, you know, I get the majority of my things off there. Supplies mainly off Amazon. And at the minute as well, I don't know if it's got anything to do with us leaving, because I'm in the UK. I don't know if it's got anything to do with Brexit, but when I looked on Etsy for a colouring book, it was like £25 for the colouring book, which wasn't too bad for the artist. And then they sort of put £25 shipping on top, which I thought, yeah, it's normally high anyway on Etsy, it's normally around that. But then as you got to the bottom, there was another £10 added on for tax, so it came to like £60 for this one book, and I thought, no way, not a chance in hell. So yeah, it's got to be Amazon. Amazon. Right, I'm just going to blend her face. I'm going to use the titanium buff, my little mini pencil from Caran d'Ache. The beautiful blending pencil that I love using. Glitter gel pens or stickles? Oh, that's a tricky one. That's a tricky one because sometimes I don't want to have the bumps on my page that stickles leaves. That can sometimes mess up pages. Different pages that you're doing. Like if I put stickles on this page and then I wanted to colour the page, this page, you would have bumps. But then I do love using stickles on PDF pages a lot. Oh, and glitter gel pens. I'm going to go for glitter gel pens because they're the ones that I use the most, I think. The Pentel Hybrid Dual Metallic Gel Pens are really nice. I know they're not glitter, but they're really nice. The caliart glitter gel pens are nice. And of course the Jelly Rolls. Jelly Roll Stardust. Just go in here. My belly's rumbling. I don't know why. I've just had my tea. I'm not hungry. Stop belly. The microphone isn't picking it up. Nobody wants to hear my belly rumbling. Let's get in between all those little areas. I'm thinking I might do orange hair on this one. I have to go over that eyebrow and make it black again. Just gone over it with a buffer. Yeah, I'm thinking like an orange hair, like a Ariel red. Orangey, something like that. Look nice with the green. So the next question is hardback or soft cover. So for me, it's gotta be a hardcover, I think. I just love the, what do you call it, the luxurious feeling of a hardback book. The ease of being able to sit on the couch if you wanted to sit on the couch and colour, because you've got something to lean on. It's more sturdy on your knees. They do tend to have a nice quality paper in them as well, the hardback books. So it's got to be that. The next question is simple pages or intricate pages. So I think people would have different definitions of this in their own head. Like what's intricate for one person might not be intricate for another. To me, the page that I'm doing now is, I would call a simple page. It's quite large. You've just got the skin, the hair, and just a few little bits around, but this isn't intricate for me. What's intricate for me is some of the bigger Kirby pages or the Johanna Basford type pages. So I would definitely prefer more of a page like what I'm colouring now, which I would call a simple page. I just find it more relaxing. Sometimes pages that are a lot of detail on them can be a bit intimidating and a bit stressful rather than relaxing. So I'm just going to get my PC black, PC 935 black. I'm just going to go over that little eyebrow that I've gone over because it's going to annoy me. There, just black it back out again. That's better. So the last page is Christmas pages or Halloween pages. Definitely Halloween pages. This Halloween I was colouring in The Cute and Creepy by Camilla Devacor, and that was really, really lovely to do. I think she released that book at the exact right time, and everyone went wild for it. Everyone went wild for that book. I went wild for that book. I think I've coloured about 17 pages in that book so far. So yeah, definitely Halloween. I wasn't too much into the Christmas pages, I'll be honest. Yeah, so that's all the questions. So again, that was created by Michaela Renee, or Renee. after seeing my Would You Rather tag. And yeah, I would like to tag Lucy Just Adds Colour, Colourfully Optimistic, and the Colouring Diva. So if you do the tag, make sure you pop in Michaela's details in the video and enjoy. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye bye.